What's up, everybody? It's Yonk here with a Metal Gear Solid 5 news update. Today, I want to present something very interesting that NeoGAF users discovered about the doctor who greets Snake when he wakes up from his 9-year coma. NeoGAF user Deadly Cyclone took the time to compile a bunch of information relating to this new theory. So what's this interesting discovery about the doctor, you ask? Well, NeoGAF users noticed that he looks identical to Dr. Sergio Canavero. They also noted that the two doctors sound very similar.
Yes, I know. You would like to know how long. I'm afraid it's been 9 years.
As everybody knows by now, the head will be cooled and there won't be a single drop of blood inside. So it will be clinically dead.
So who is Dr. Canavero? He is a real-life Italian neurosurgeon who is getting ready to carry out the first ever human head transplant. The patient who volunteered for this procedure goes by the name of Valery Spiridonov, a Russian game development supervisor who was diagnosed with a rare medical condition called Wernicke-Hoffmann disease. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but it'll have to do. Now, some of you might be thinking maybe it's a coincidence that these two individuals look and sound alike, but the coincidences get crazier. For example, the head transplant procedure itself is called Heaven, which fans were quick to connect with Big Boss's own Outer Heaven. Dr. Canavero's Heaven stands for Head Anastomosis Venture. Also interesting to note is that he recently did a TEDx presentation in Limassol, which is a city in the southern coast of Cyprus. Many fans have theorized that Cyprus will be a location in Phantom Pain based on the map of Cyprus that can be found on the wall of the hospital, and based on clues like the UK flag, which indicates that the hospital resides in a part of Cyprus owned by the UK. Fans' suspicions were further corroborated by files found within Ground Zeroes labeled Cyprus. What's interesting is that Limassol itself is very close to the UK sovereign area down south, which is where Phantom Pain's hospital scene is rumored to take place. Then there's the logo of Dr. Canavero's TED Talk, which looks like this. The tagline, "Everything you know is wrong," already rings alarms, but fans also noted that the logo itself features V's in a similar fashion to the Roman numeral found in Phantom Pain's logo, as well as similar aesthetics and color scheme. It was also noted that Dr. Canavero has a partner for his TED Talk, which is a game development company called Wargaming, which resides in Cyprus, more specifically Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus. Even more connections between Dr. Canavera and Metal Gear Solid 5 can be found in a patient case report. The report itself, as you can see, lists the doctor's name many times and talks about phantom limbs and phantom pain. NeoGAF users also discovered a scientific article that Dr. Canavero submitted on something called Gemini, which seems to be the name of the spinal cord fusion procedure for the Heaven project. What's interesting about this is that Gemini is also the name of the two African cyborg bodyguards who guarded the African Prime Minister from Metal Gear Rising, further connecting the Doctor to the Metal Gear series. Also interesting to note is that one of his earlier articles on Gemini was submitted on March 29, 2013. That's 2 days after Kojima's GDC 2013 panel on March 27, 2013, which was when Kojima finally confirmed that Phantom Pain was indeed Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Then there is Dr. Canavero's book titled Head Transplantation and the Quest for Immortality. If you look at the titles of the book's chapters, you'll find terms that Metal Gear fans will be very familiar with. The ones I've mentioned already include Gemini and Heaven, but then we have stuff like the Big Chill, which sounds a lot like the Big Shell, as well as the capitalized word Frontiers, which looks a hell lot like Frontier, which is what the F represents in MSF, Militaire Sans Frontières. Last but not least, I would like to direct your attention to this image of Dr. Canavero from a photo shoot he partook in. Not only does he have this 3D render aesthetic to him, making him look even more like the Doctor in Phantom Pain, but also the two doctors are wearing an attire with a near identical color. Furthermore, the image also shows a representation of the Doctor's work with head transplants, which goes in line with themes that will be featured in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. One final detail to note is how controversial this procedure is. You can almost say it's taboo. The Heaven procedure truly does seem like something straight out of Frankenstein. This goes in line with what Hideo Kojima has stated multiple times before about Phantom Pain. It will cover many controversial topics as well as taboos. Who's to say that one such topic isn't head transplants? Keep in mind that this could all be one massive coincidence. Honestly, there have been crazier coincidences in this crazy world we live in, and Kojima did confirm in the past that the doctor in the hospital scene is modeled after English actor Ian Moore. Now, the cherry on top for all this is that Ian Moore's zodiac sign is Gemini, like the spinal cord fusion procedure. Theorists will have a field day with this, I'm sure, but I for one will trust Kojima and assume that the doctor really is modeled after Ian Moore. You've gotta admit though, the resemblances between Dr. Sergio Canavero and Phantom Pain's doctor are striking, and the coincidences involving Dr. Canavero's field of work in relation to some of the themes of Phantom Pain almost make me think that there might be some kind of connection. If there is a connection, this could mean that head transplants will somehow play a role in Phantom Pain, which would open up a lot of doors for the many theories out there. But that's a big if. What are your thoughts on Dr. Sergio Canavero? Is there some kind of connection between him and the doctor found in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain? If so, what do you think this means for the plot of Metal Gear Solid 5 and for the many theories out there? Let us know in the comments below, and to be further updated on Metal Gear Solid 5, stay tuned on Yong Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out.